What's happening, folks? Back with another ABC reaction. And I actually have got my hands on a copy of Beauty Stab 1983, but before we get there, there's one more track in the folder for the Lexicon of Love, thank you again to Kim, and that is Theme from Mantrap. And Mantrap is like, with, oh, you can't put quotations in a like MP3 file, but it's like apostrophe. So I'm assuming Mantrap is a film, maybe a TV show, but I would guess film. I have not seen said movie, and that sounds like a very funny title. Nevertheless, I expect this to maybe have a slightly more cinematic sound, though I'm guessing it will have lyrics and vocals, so let's see what it's all about. This is ABC, and it's listed as Theme from Mantrap.
If I were to say to you, can you keep a secret? Would you know just what to do or where to keep it? Then I say I love you and foul the situation. Hey girl, I thought we were the right combination. Who broke my heart? You did. Bow to that target, blame Cupid, blame Cupid. You think you're smart, stupid, stupid. Shoot that poison arrow to my heart. Shoot that poison arrow. Shoot that poison arrow to my heart. Shoot poison arrow. No rhythm in cymbals, no tempo in drums. Love on the horizon, lit by the sun. Right on the target, but wide of the mark. What I thought was fire was only a spark. The sweetest melody is an unheard refrain. So lower your sights, boys, but raise your aim, raise your aim. Who broke my heart? You did, you did. Bow to that target, blame Cupid, blame Cupid. You think you're smart, stupid, stupid. Shoot that poison arrow to my heart. Shoot that poison arrow. Shoot that poison arrow to my heart. Shoot that poison arrow. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words, they almost killed me. You've changed your mind, now you change mine. You know you'll always thrill me. Shoot that poison arrow to my heart. Shoot that poison arrow. Shoot that poison arrow to my heart. Shoot that poison arrow.
That's fun. It is very cinematic. I feel like he's inhabiting the character in the film, or at the very least, it's a story that has an implied larger narrative. I gotta say, one of my favorite lines I've heard is, "Was it right on target but wide of the mark? I thought it was fire, but it was only a spark." I do very much like that sequence of lines, and it tells you everything about the tune. And yes, there are some other funny lines that, like, "You think you're so smart, stupid, stupid." But yeah, so it sounds like someone who thought they were getting into a serious, loving, passionate, and long running relationship, but it sounds like they've been kind of loved and left, and the woman in question has moved on or was only interested in a bit of a fling, maybe even a one night stand, and he thought it would be more than that, and now he's kind of left with, as he says, a poison arrow straight through his heart, and indeed making reference to Cupid overtly. But he's also saying, like, you know that you have this power over me, and I can't resist it. So you know that if you show something or give me a little attention or come back with a little bit of that spark, he's basically admitting he's going to be here for it, because pickers can't, or beggars can't be choosers, and he'll take what he can get even if he feels betrayed and like the other person is acting in a stupid manner. So yeah, it's a fun tune, and it's a tune that tells a full story even if he's just kind of getting his feelings off his chest. I do love this kind of night jazz club feel, and the dancing piano. And I think there was a line in there about how, like, no drums or something needed, and I think that's the case. Like, there's a bass, and there's certainly, the keyboards giving rhythm, so there's, like, percussion, but I don't think there were drums. At most, there was a kick drum, but there wasn't a snare, there wasn't, like, riding on the hi-hats or the ride cymbal. So, yeah, I feel like there was a bit of, like, meta reference in terms of the the composition there. So, yeah, a very fun tune, and I enjoy the vocals. Again, they, like, inhabit the feeling of the lyrics. So, yeah, as I said, I'm curious whether this is indeed from a film, and if that's the essence of the film, that, like, this man was trapped. He was drawn in by the siren song, and then, left crashed on the rocks with a broken heart or a poisoned heart. So, yeah, a fun tune. As I said, I do have Beauty Stab lined up, so we'll keep going with ABC. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.